In the past, most people, when they, when they were planting things or when they were putting in fertilizers, a lot of them are more natural fertilizers. Some of them even use their, what's collected in their toilet into their farms, right? So I would say in the past, 10, 20 years, there's a rise, a spike in using fertilizers and pesticides, and a lot of these things are starting to be used. And as you use them, the pesticides, they gain, the pests, they gain more resistance to pesticides. So you actually have to use more for it to become effective. So it's kind of like a self-reinforcing cycle, because the more you use, the more you have to use it. The more you use, the more fertilizer you use, the more food that's grown, and the more nutrients that's taken out of the soil. So the more you have to put on. So basically, it would reinforce itself and cause people to use more and more of these. And what it would cause is, again, when there's rain or when there's runoff, a lot of these fertilizers or pesticides would potentially get into surface water, and then surface water, groundwater, they're all connected as a system. So it would likely get into the groundwater. So those things are definitely issues that a lot of these communities are facing. So right now, I think what the government has tried to do is that they're just directly sending pipes down to a lot of villages, as many as possible, to cover them with as many pipelines as possible. But the issue with pipes, again, is that first of all, the government's pipe only would reach your village, but to build the pipe from the village center to your own household, that would take extra cost, and some households are not ready to do that. So basically, they just won't. They just don't want to pay that extra money for pipe water to be delivered to the household. So they'll still be drinking groundwater, and that's still more likely to be polluted by a lot of these over farming. So those are issues that are still happening, and I do see it as a continuous issue. And non-point source is also very hard to track. So that's an ongoing problem, definitely. Yeah.